Hello students, so far we have discussed about introduction to switchgear. Now we are going to see the types of fuse units. Okay, and one more important point is we need to connect the fuse in phase with in series with phase only, because for AC supply we will be having phase and neutral. So fuse is to be connected in series with the phase line only, not with the neutral. Okay, let us see the fuse units here. So here these are the commonly available types of fuses. First one is round type fuse unit. Second one is KitKat type fuse unit. Third one is cartridge type fuse unit. Fourth one is HRC, high rupture capacity fuse unit. And final one is semiconductor fuse unit. Okay, we are going to see each and every fuse unit in this lecture. Okay, so let us start with our first type, round type fuse unit. Okay, so here this type of fuse consists of a porcelain or backlight box. Okay, and we commonly see this type of fuse in our domestic house supplies. Okay, which is a box type structure having two terminals, and two terminals are connected with a fuse element. Okay, so this is common type of fuse here. So the advantage and disadvantages are following. Okay, one of the terminals remain always energized, and therefore the replacement of fuse, either the worker will have to touch the live mains or open the main switch. Okay, so because one pole is always connected to the supply. Okay, so if you want to maintain, if you want to take that out for maintenance purpose, either the worker should touch the live wire or we need to break the circuit by removing the fuse. So this is little disadvantages for our round type fuse here. Okay, and while blowing up, while whenever there is a short circuit, while it is blowing up, there is a spark occurs. Okay, so that spark will damage the terminals of the fuse. So this is another disadvantage of round type fuse here. Okay, and second type of fuse is rewirable or KitKat type fuses. Okay, so this is mostly used in domestic purposes. You can see here the picture. Okay, so these are the two terminals. So we can connect these two terminals using a fuse element like a copper wire. Okay, so this is mostly used in house wiring. Okay, so this is mostly available in our house wiring and small currents ratings. Okay, so this is also called as KitKat fuse. Okay, it is also consist of porcelain box. Okay, and there are two terminals, incoming and outgoing. Okay, so this is connected in phase with the supply, and the two terminals here available are connected with the fuse element between them. Okay, and that fuse element can be one or two strands. One wire is one strand, two wires is two strands. Okay, so that can be any of the strands. Okay, so one copper wire is connected between these two terminals. Okay, so here the fusing element may be a lead, tinned copper, aluminum, or alloy of tin or lead. Okay, so the element which is connected between two terminals of the fuse can be a lead material or copper material or alloy of tin and lead. Okay, and there is a current called fusing current. So that is the amount of current at which the fuse will blow out. Okay, so generally the fusing current will be about twice the rated current. For suppose if rated current is 10 amps, the fusing current will be 20 amps. That means whenever there is a 20 amps of current flow in the wire, that fuse will blow out. Okay, so that is about rated and fusing current. And here we can see the basic ratings of standard ratings of our rewirable fuses: 6 amperes, 16, 32, 63, and 100 amperes. Okay, and for suppose if you want to connect a fuse for 100 amps rating, you are not supposed to put a 200 amps fuse, because 100 amps fuse should blow out when there is a current more than 100 amps. That means, so you are supposed to break the circuit whenever there is a current more than the rated fuse current. That's why you are not supposed to put a fuse element which is having current rating more than the rated current. Okay, so here you can see you can place a 80 amps fuse in a 100 amps fuse. Okay, that means you have to break the circuit when there is a 100 amps 100 amps current. or you can break it earlier. That means whenever there is a current of 80 amps, you can break the circuit. But you should not keep 80 amps fuse in 63 amps, because 63 amps is the limit above which the circuit should be break. If you keep a 80 amps fuse in place of 63 amps, the current will flow up to 80 amps, which is more than 63 amps. That will damage the circuit. That's why you are not supposed to keep the fuse current rating more than the required current rating. Okay, so this is about rewirable or KitKat type fuse. So these are the disadvantages of rewirable or KitKat type fuses. First one is unreliable operation. We can't rely on this fuse. Lack of discrimination. If you connect two or more fuses in series, so you don't know which fuse will blow out first. Third disadvantage is small time lag. There will be a time lag for switch to blow out, because there should be heating effect to be happen. Okay, low rupturing capacity. That's why we are going for HRC fuses, high rupturing capacity fuses. No current limiting feature. So this fuse cannot limit the current. It only breaks the circuit whenever there is a high current. It cannot limit the current. And slow speed of operation. So these are the advantages of KitKat type fuses. Now let us see the next type of fuse, that is cartridge type fuses. So based on the disadvantages of our KitKat type fuses, we are going for cartridge type fuses here. Okay, now let us see third type fuses, that is cartridge type fuses. Okay, so we have seen the KitKat and rewirable fuses. Now we are going to see cartridge fuse. So what is a cartridge? So cartridge is a metal cap in which a fuse element will be placed, and it will be filled with a filler material. Okay, so this is a totally enclosed type fuse unit. It essentially consists of an insulating container of bulb or tube shape. So here you can see it is bulb or tube shaped and sealed at its ends with a metallic cap known as cartridge. And this cartridge will be enclosing the fuse element with a filled with powder. So this powder is called as filler material. Okay, so filler materials are like sand, calcium carbonate, quartz material, etc., etc. This type of fuse is used for high voltage and high currents. That's why this is called high rupturing capacity fuse. So this is used for voltage about 60 volts, and you can see the current rating at which HRC fuses can be used, that is 800 amperes. Okay, now here you can see this is the cross sectional view of a HRC fuse. Here you can see these two are the end terminals, and here you can see brass end cap, which is a metallic cap in which there is a black color fuse element. Okay, so this fuse element and metallic cap are filled with a filling powder. Here you can see this is a filling powder. Okay, so this type of fuse is used for high voltage and currents that is available at generating stations with a very heavy generating capacities of the modern power stations. Extremely heavy currents would flow into the fault, and fuse clearing the fault would be required to withstand extremely high stresses in this process. So at generating stations, the voltage will be around 11 kV or 33 kV. So the fuse should withstand that much of stress applied on the cable here. Okay, so that's why we use high rupturing capacity fuse. Here you can see HRC fuses developed and designed after intensive research for use in medium and high voltage installations. You can see their rupturing capacity is as high as 500 MVA, M for 10 power 6. Okay, 500 into 10 power 6 volt amperes up to 66 kilovolts and above. You can see the rating of the fuse here. It can be used up to 66 kV. The voltage we are getting at our domestic supply is 220 volts. You can see the application of HRC fuse, which is applicable for voltages of 66 kV and above. Okay, there are two types of HRC fuses. First one is cartridge, second one is tetrachloride type. Okay, so this is about HRC fuses. Now let's see semiconductor fuses. So these are very fast acting fuses for production of thyristor and other electronic circuits. So these are not used in electrical switchgear, but they are useful for production of thyristors and other electronic circuits okay, which are power electronic circuits. Okay, so this is about semiconductor fuse. And now let us come to switch fuse unit. This is a combined unit and it is known as iron clad switch because it is made of iron. It can be a double pole for controlling single phase 2-wire circuits, or triple pole for controlling 3-wire, or triple pole with neutral link for controlling 3-phase. Okay, so the respective switches are known as double pole ironclad DPIC, triple pole ironclad TPIC, and triple pole with neutral, that is TPNIC. Okay, let us see what is the rating of these switch fuse units. For 2-wire DC circuits or single phase AC units, the voltage rating is 240 volts, 16 amperes. DPIC switch is used. For 3-wire DC circuits, 500 volts, 32 amps, or 63 amps, or 100 amps, or 150 amps, or higher amperes. Okay, TPIC, triple pole ironclad switch is used. For 3-phase balanced loads of 415 volts, 32 amperes, or 63, or 100, or 150, or higher amperes, triple pole ironclad switch fuse is used. You can see here this is switch fuse unit. This is double pole ironclad switch here. Here double pole means one pole, one phase, or one neutral. And here you can see the B triple pole ironclad switch. Here you are going to get 3-phase fuse unit, that is RYB. Okay. So these are the switch fuse units. Okay. You can see the diagrams here. Okay, so this is about switch fuse units and types of fuses. In the next class we will be discussing about MCBs, ELCBs, etc., etc. Okay, thank you.